Hello everyone and welcome back to the Nexus and Heroes of the Storm. Today is a big day. We have a new event, we have a new season in ranked play, we have a couple of huge talent reworks for a couple of heroes that have been around for a long time, one of which the community has been demanding for a long time. And this one means a little something for me, because I have been attached to this character for a very long time. And that is, if you can't recognize it by this new amazing skin, Jim Raynor, my man from StarCraft, our favorite Terran, Jim Raynor. Well, at least my favorite Terran. Jim Raynor has been the same type of character for a long time. He went untouched for a long time. He had a lot of generic talents from the old days still in his talent tree for a long time. And he was considered by many to be one of the worst characters in the game. Unplayable, just not good. And yeah, to remind, like, this is, I have Raynor 31. He was the first character I really played a lot when I first picked up this game. He was the first character I ever got a master skin for, if you remember what those are. So I have played a ton of Raynor. There was a period of time where he was my most played character. So I have a bit of an attachment to this character. So I'm excited about this rework, about the possibility that perhaps he's actually going to be considered playable now by the rest of the community. So let's take a look at his rework. Obviously, I mean, look at the skin. Look at this. The event is Mad Max themed, it looks like. And this skin is like a cross between Mad Max, the Ghost Rider, and Gears of War with this rifle. Look at that. Now, I guess you could, I'm sure there's those like TB, rest in peace, that would say not Gears of War, but Warhammer 40k with the Marines from Warhammer, which StarCraft was very heavily inspired by. So, either way, I think that's an amazing skin with an amazing look. That's incredible. Anyway, let's take a look at his rework. Starting with his base kit, penetrating round seems to be about the same. Inspire is a little different because it no longer affects enemy heroes baseline. Raynor and nearby allied minions and mercenaries gain attack speed and movement speed. So it no longer affects allied heroes. That used to be a baseline thing. Not anymore. It is a talent you can get later on, but it's not there anymore. Adrenaline Rush received some changes. It now has a 45-second cooldown, and it costs 75 mana because it's not an automatic ability anymore. It doesn't automatically trigger. You can be able to manually activate it yourself. Heal Raynor for 25% of his maximum health over 1 second. Raynor's basic attacks lower the cooldown of this by half a second, doubled against heroes. So if he keeps attacking, he's going to be able to get that to use more often. Now, he has a brand new trait, which is incredible. Give him some pepper. Every fourth basic attack splashes in a small area and it deals 125% more damage to the main target. Yeah, just wait till you see the talents that can be focused around that. Hyperion is pretty much the same, but Raynor's Raider, oh my goodness, guys, this is incredible. 45 seconds to cooldown, no mana cost. You know why? Because this Banshee will stay with you for just forever until it dies. Summon a Banshee that assists Raynor. The Banshee deals 96 damage per second and regenerates 75 health per second if it hasn't taken damage in the last 4 seconds. Can reactivate to retarget or move the Banshee. The Banshee respawns automatically after 45 seconds. So you're going to have this little Banshee with you the rest of the match. You know, except for that 45-second gap when it gets destroyed, when it has to respawn. But isn't that, like, doesn't that sound amazing? It's like having Misha, essentially. somewhat. You know, a controllable pet. I thought that was amazing that they went that route. Now let's look at this talent tree. Veteran Marksman. Every time the primary target of Gimps and Pepper is a hero, permanently increase its damage bonus by 0.75%. That's not very large, but it is uncapped. So if you're really good at timing it, the only thing is it seemed in PTR there's no visual marker anywhere for me to see when he is going to be getting his fourth attack other than when he starts to glow, but at times it's really hard to notice that. What I would like to see is something that shows 1, 2, 3, and then 4, to make it easier. Ace in the Hole. Deal 30% more damage to stunned or slowed heroes. So, I guess it's Executioner. That's really good if you are going to have heroes that do that. Like, if you pair him with Jaina or Muradin or any of these other heroes that can do lots of stuns or slows, that's going to be an amazing talent to take. Exterminator. Basic attacks deal 50% more damage to minions, mercenaries, and monsters. This is increased to 100% while Inspire is active. So, that's a really good PvE talent, which does apply to objective monsters such as the Immortals on Battlefield for Eternity, as well as the Golems on Haunted Mines and the Garden Terror. So you need a PvE damage dealer. This could be a good talent, for that to be to fill the role. Level 4, Fight or Flight. Reduce Adrenaline Rush's cooldown by 10 seconds. Casting Adrenaline Rush grants 25 armor for 4 seconds. So then you get it every 35 seconds, and you get some armor to help out. And remember, you can reduce the cooldown with your basic attacks, so you'll get it more often. Sustaining Rounds. Give him some pepper. Heals Raynor for 3% of his maximum health. Increase 6% if the primary target is a hero. Now, the more damage this does, if you get that talent where you can increase its damage, it doesn't seem to increase the healing. And keep in mind, it's every 4th attack. So it's not like every attack, like Vampiric Assault used to be. Behemoth Armor. Gain 250 bonus maximum health. Every time Gimps and Pepper's primary target is a hero, gain an additional 5 maximum health. It seems very small. And it seemed like you could make him a bit more tanky. And it seems to go well with this, where if you time it right, you're buffing your damage as well as buffing your health. But it seemed like it was not paying off that much because it's only 5 health. If it was bigger, like 10 health, I think this would be much more attractive. Like, oh, you're going to give him a ton of health if you time it, if you're able to do it right. Level 7, Fuel the Rush. While Inspire is active, increase Adrenaline Rush's cooldown reduction from basic attacks by 200%. That's pretty good. Increase the area of Gimps and Pepper by 15%, and enemies hit by it are slowed by 10% for 3 seconds. So, you want to talk about trying to buff your own talent here. That's quite a way to do it. Heavy Slugs, 30-second activation cooldown. Activate to increase the distance of the next penetrating round by 30% and increase its slow duration to 6 seconds. Doesn't really seem that appealing to me. I mean, the thing is, this is great if you are an amazing skill shot and you're always landing your Qs. I'm not. I was never drawn to Raynor for his penetrating round Q build. It was his basic attacks that would get the focus, not his penetrating round. Level 10, I already went over those. Level 13, debilitating rounds. Decrease the cooldown penetrating round by 3 seconds, while Inspire's active penetrating round slow is increased by 20%. Rallying Cry. Increase the duration of Inspire by 1 second. Casting Inspire grants nearby allied heroes 10% movement and attack speed for its duration. Giddy Up. Gain 10% movement speed while mounted and unmounted. Inspire grants 10% more movement speed. So you're just getting an extra 10% movement speed no matter what. It says both mounted and unmounted. 16. Paint them red. Increase the damage penetrating round by 50% and heal for 100% of the damage that it deals to heroes. I mean, if you're a good skill shot, it looks like the Q build could actually be good for you, but if you're not a good skill shot like myself, I'm probably not going to be getting much value from a Q build. Give me more. Increase Adrenaline Rush healing by 50% while Inspire is active. Gain 1 basic attack range. This is a problem I've had since they've started doing this. It's hard to understand what that means. Like, when you say 1 basic attack range, how long or how big is 1 when it's talking about basic attack range? I need to visually see. It's like, it goes from this to this. You know? It's hard to get a proper evaluation on that when you're just looking at it here on the screen, on the menu screen. Bounty Hunter. 40 seconds. If given some Pepper's target is a hero, it deals an additional 3% of their maximum health as damage and grants Raynor 5 armor for 3 seconds. Activate Give 'em some Pepper to apply it to Raynor's next basic attack. So it's a giant killer. You get armor, and you can then activate it if you want to do it back to back. That's pretty sweet. Especially if you're going to want to use this to take advantage of those talents where you buff your damage or your health. Level 20. Equivalent by pyramid. Huh. Duskwing. Increase the damage, health, and leash range of Raynor's Rayer by 100%. When it dies, both Inspire and Adrenaline Rush are activated for free. Weak spot acquired. Enemy heroes that are the primary target of Give 'em some Pepper have their armor reduced by 25 for 2 seconds. So you talk about perhaps helping out your team in fights. Man. Execute. Increase attack speed by 20%. Basic attack damage increased by 25% against targets below 50% health. Oh my goodness. Oh. Well. From what I saw in PTR when I was messing with him and when Palytime was messing him, it seems like Raynor is actually pretty strong now. Let's take a look at the new Raynor in action. I wonder if Exterminator would be a good talent on this map. I mean, there's lots of PvE fighting on this map. I wonder if Exterminator could actually make Raynor a good jungler. Well, no, yeah, because he's got his heal. And he would be doing extra damage to PvE targets. Huh. Yeah, all three. I like all 3 of these talents. Though, if this was 1% instead of 0.75, I think it would be even better in terms of scaling. But maybe that just looks very small right now. But like by the time we get to level 20, maybe it's different. I don't know. All right, so to test this out, especially in a scenario type of situation, where we're discussing possible things you could do, we're going to go with Exterminator because we are specifically on this map, which has a lot of PvE elements. Alright, so I'm actually noticing the visual marker. They must have added that because I do not remember that being in the PTR. I don't recall. Alright, so that looks like they may have added this in. Alright, activate my heal here. Yeah! Thank you, Kerosene. a little, you know, it's one of those things where I wish there was something right here. Why can't they put a visual marker right here, like with some other characters, like Leoric, who has the marker to show when he has done his third attack, or he's on the first 2 attacks to be able to get the cleave on his third attack? I think that would really help out. Look at that. Oh. The only, you know, the thing about giving some pepper early on, though, you can see it's not really that wide. The range for the area damage that it talks about is not very wide. Alright, let's see. Do we want to reduce the cooldown and get armor? Let's do that. Reduce the cooldown and get armor when it activates. Whew. See? I am awful at landing my, my Q. Ooh boy. Let's get out of here. Alright, let's go with Unstable Compound to increase the area of damage and apply a slow. Which would have gone great with the Ace in the Hole talent to level 1, but because we're on Blackheart's Bay, I thought we could test out the PvE talent here. I do like having that Adrenaline Rush be activatable. Oh, and don't worry, I'm gonna make a video on the new Azmodan after this, cause I know, like, we have an Azmodan on our team. Yeah, I'll go over the Azmodan rework in another video. Once I'm done making this one, I'll go over that. Ah. Back. Alright. So you can see Raynor is glowing once he has given some pepper ready to go. Let's go down here and try to take this camp. Unless Gul'dan does it first. Yep, and it seems to do it pretty fast.
Hope you're in the mood for some treasure, matey.
Now, of course, it doesn't. The extra damage from the trait does not affect the chest or anything. Let that Chen turn in. Alright, the new Raynor's Raider. It just follows me around, it just attacks, you know, anything. I can control what it attacks. Well, hello, Rhaegar. Alright. Let's test this out. Of course, as soon as you attack camp, the AI teammates will immediately be like, "We'll help you!" Hello, Rhaegar. Oh, my little banshee. Let's go up here, turn in. Vroom. I couldn't get the new motorcycle mount, or at least I didn't look to see if I could. So I went with the one I already had, which was from the previous Mad Max event. Giddy up. Have that extra movement speed, which is always nice. Let's head up here. Let's see how well me and my Banshee can do at getting this camp without anyone assisting me. Let's attack the middle one here, so it spreads the area damage. Of course, Gul'dan showed up.
Keep up the pressure.
I'd say it seems to do pretty well. I could see Raynor possibly being the jungler with this talent. With the area damage it does, with the heal he has, which gets reduced with the basic attacks, and then when he gets his Banshee as an extra damage dealer, I could absolutely see Raynor being used like a jungler, like Illidan and Sonya. Ooh, gotta be careful. Oh, something dismounted me. There's a new mount that came out with this. Obviously, with the fact that he looks like Ghost Rider. They came out with another motorcycle mount, but the wheels are on fire. So if you really want to play up Raynor being Ghost Rider, you can do that. It's pretty nice. It looks amazing. Oh, and just wait till you see the new Asmodean skins and the new Nazebo skins. But the Asmodean skin, oh. You want to talk about Mad Max? Oh my goodness. All day long. Man, he took that camp so fast. Now why? It's like, what are you doing? Turn in.
Huh? They're all paid up?
Just go down here and work on this camp.
Let's
This is what you do in this map. You don't go search for fights. You just go to the, just keep taking camps, taking coins. You keep turning in coins. The objective will win the game for you. You control the camps and the coins on this map, you will win. Now, of course, sometimes you'll have to have big team fights around the turn-in spot. That's why it's a little tricky to make sure that you can pick the correctly balanced team for a map like this. I'll grab those coins. Thank you, Asmo. Oh, come on. Someone get that.
We got a fort that needs destroying. Sounds like a plan.
Excuse me. Come on, Asmo. Go get that keep. Get the keep. You didn't have to laser. You could have just dunked it. Silly AI, Asmo. I'm curious what the AI Asmo did. It's been doing pretty well on its stacks, actually. Like I said, I'll be making a video after this about the new Asmodan.
That's it. We got this.
Not quite as enthusiastic about the new Asmo compared to the new Raynor. It's hard to really figure it out and get an evaluation on the new Asmodan. Yeah. Woo! Right between the eyes. Oh no! The Wait, oh, Genji. I only saw minions there. I did not see Genji there. Oh well. Level 20. You know, if I had gone for Ace in the Hole, I probably would have gone for Execute here. But let's go with Duskwing. Let's see how much better the Banshee is.
Let's skip the treasure hunt. It's right there. Go grab it.
What is the Kerosene doing?
Let's make it count.
Come on, Banshee. Let's roll. Roll out.
Right on.
Huh? Looks like they... Oh, looks like the catapults may end up winning the game here. Yep. Blackheart's Bay, everybody. Blackheart's Bay.
MVP.
One of the ultimate PvE maps in the game. So, this wasn't a real showcase of showing the type of fighting damage that Raynor can do, because I went with Exterminator because we end up on Blackheart's Bay. Had we ended up on a different map, I probably would have gone with the other build I was thinking of. The build I went with here was Exterminator, Fight or Flight, Unstable Compound, Raynor's Raider, Giddy Up, Bounty Hunter, and Duskwing. Had we been on another map that was not PvE focused, I probably would have gone for Ace in the Hole. Probably still Fight or Flight, still Unstable Compound, Giddy Up, Bounty Hunter. Pretty much everything would have stayed the same except for this here, and then at level 20, probably Execute. I do like Weak Spot Acquired, but I think Execute is just, you combine that with Ace in the Hole, oh, that's going to be an amazing amount of damage. And Unstable Compound is also important because you're giving yourself a slow for that extra damage for Ace in the Hole. So Raynor seems to have gotten a very strong rework where right now he feels pretty strong. Like Palatime said, he's busted, and he might be. He very well might be busted. He still doesn't have quite the mobility like others do, like Vala with her vault, but I guess talents like Giddy Up was somehow supposed to make up for that. So he seems pretty strong right now, and I'm very interested in seeing how he's going to get received by the community in terms of whether or not he's considered quote-unquote playable. So that is the new Raynor, and like I said, we are going to take a look at the new Azmodan, who I have a lot of experience playing as well. As you can see, I have him at level 37, so I have some interesting thoughts and feelings about the new Azmodan. Stay tuned.